All right, how's it going, everybody? I am very happy to review this one. Been waiting for this for a while, as a lot of people were. So yeah, I just got it in today, which March 15th. Yeah, and ordered it from Big Bad Toy Store, and had to go through the frustration of watching people get their bloody versions first, while us who ordered the regular version couldn't get it. And I ordered it off Amazon, and they canceled my order, so I had to order off Big Bad Toy Store. Cool. Anyway, review. So I want to do a unboxing. I have not opened this. See, tape's still there. Got my box cutter. Let's do this. Avoid the glare. But before I get into, sorry, there's a lot of glare. Before I get into unboxing it, I kind of want to compare boxes to give you a, like, this is a big boy. This is a big boy. I have to like stretch to hold from out here, but yeah. So to kind of give you an idea, right, of how big this box is, I got a few other Storm collectible boxes I'm going to compare. So first up, so let's say you have a regular Ninja, right? There's still like a lot of box left, so yeah, compare from there. Still a lot of box left, right? But let's say you're one of the lucky ones and you got Goro, the other big one, right? How's another big boy stacked to this? About the same. Oh, it is the same height, but as you can tell, box is way bigger. Now, not Mortal Kombat related, but let's say you got a King of Fighter. And I'm bringing this out because this is probably the biggest box I have compared to now Motaro. I got my Terry box, right? So Terry's is still thicker, definitely thicker, but yeah, look at that. Holy crap. Well, I guess you're kind of getting two figures in one with the skeleton. I want to say it's meat, but meat actually had more meat, while this is just a bloody skeleton. Which, by the way, apparently some artist made like a fatality and like Mugen or something for Motaro, and kind of called out Storm Collectibles for stealing that, because there's no reason the Motaro should have a bloody skeleton as an accessory. And Storm kind of was like, we don't know anything about that. So I don't know what the truth is to that. Like, I don't know if they, why does Motaro have a bloody skeleton? Aside from someone on Mugen, making that a thing. But regardless, I'm actually kind of happy to have a bloody skeleton. Just, I'll find some way to put it in my Mortal Kombat collection. Now, I figured this would be easy to unbox, because Storm Collectibles are usually easy to unbox. Oh. Oh yeah, I guess for his Fireball. This character definitely doesn't need a stand. But you know how, like, Mortal Kombat figures always come with, like, the backing? So we got this backing here. Removable backing. So if you have a cool Mortal Kombat display, you can always like tape this to the wall or something. But yeah, this is way bigger than, again, give you size comparison. It's way bigger. Yeah, actually, I think I might use this. I don't know. Turn it apart complete. Okay. There it is. There it is. It's got to get in focus, but... So, we got the bloody skeleton, which looks cool, which... Hands for the skeleton. Just, he didn't need to do that. That's cool. Motaro there. 2 heads, Fireball, and a few hands. Slip it off. Take that off, and just comes right out. Oh, I didn't see that. So, skeleton is just in his own thing. We'll get to him later. Does he stand right away? Yes, he does. So get some extra ball joints. Cool fireball. Can't like do that. Then it has the hole on the bottom. You could see that kinda. There you go. So you could put it on the peg. Hands not that important, but I'll get to them in a bit. Just get to his face. So yeah, you got your screaming face, right? Mohawk. Sure. Might as well get to the hands. So you have. Oh yeah, I guess he is three-fingered, huh? So just kind of like when he does his pose, kind of like do that when he does his arm thing in old Mortal Kombat 3 artwork. Just a grabbing hand. Another one of those where two fingers are up. And so pretty much two open hands, two of like the finger up hands. So if you want to like I said, do that Mortal Kombat 3 artwork pose. And comes with the fists on and comes with his regular. So hold on. Let's see. Just kind of maneuvering his hooves? Sure, his hooves. It's got that nice Storm Collectibles tight click squeeze. Oh boy. Oh, never mind. I was about to say that ain't good. But I guess his back is turned. It does have that gap. That's Storm Collectibles rubber upper body and then plastic underbody, so it does that. Which I hate. I hate that. But a lot of figures are doing that, and Storm Collectibles does that a lot. Really became noticeable. Yeah. Ah, man. Okay. I've seen quite a few people review the Bloody Motaro and praise it. And first off, yes, this is obviously a great figure, but you're paying over $100 for this if you're not buying from a scalper, which go on eBay already. And so many people have been posting on Twitter, like they're getting their Motaros and people are already charging scalping prices, which is dumb. You don't do that until like 2 years from now or a year from now when Storm stops with Motaro, which they're inevitably going to do. And then Motaro, just like Shao Kahn's going to cost $300 at least on eBay and Mercari. Actually, it's kind of tough getting all of his... Oh, no. I was about to say all of his hooves, like, pointing forward and being like, on the ground. Kind of... I got... This hoof is hovering. Yeah, it is. I mean, he looks like he's standing up, right? He's a tall boy. Hold up. So, I got my other Storms. Yeah. I mean, great if you want to, like, have him hold up a guy. And, yeah, he can definitely hold up a guy. Plus, that's what the skeleton's for, too. But I gotta get to what I was trying to talk about before I was distracting myself, which is the gaps. The thing that Storm Collectibles does with the upper body being rubber and then the shoulder pieces. Does this not bother anybody else? Like, it bothered me with the Got. Very noticeable. But, like, when you're paying this much for a figure, is that the best we could do? Like, I don't like gaps in my figures, and like the whole like weird shoulder, whatever this is called, little extra. I don't like that, and I don't like that. Like, what the hell, man? That's like, yeah. Obviously, the answer is don't pose them like that. But the shoulder thing is quite noticeable. So you pose them reaching forward, it's like no matter what, you get a gap. It's like trying to position the middle shoulder part, and it's no matter where I'm turning him here, I'm getting major gap. I'm sorry, that just really bothers me. I don't... Oh, this shoulder's better. See, this one's... no. See, I really don't like that. Yeah, I mean, Goro has it. Yeah, it is noticeable. Like, it's just noticeable, and I hate it. I hate it. But, you know, these figures are not cheap at all, right? And it's just, I just wish it would be... I don't want to say better, because that just sounds entitled, but it's like... Yeah, okay, so from, like, that angle... Oof. Alright, so from this angle in your perspective, this looks good, right? Aside from the neck and the head kind of looking a little off. I just don't like gap. No, you can see gap in the neck, but I was about to say, but from there, if you turn it around, you can see the gap easily. I'm sorry, I know that, like, probably doesn't bother a lot of people, apparently, because they keep doing it, but that bothers me a lot. I hate the gap, and I don't know, is a rubber upper body mixed with a plastic lower body? Is that like the solution? Is that the best solution figures can come up with? Is this something that's going to be done years down the line? And also currently right now I'm struggling with the skeleton has like foam in its rib cage for some reason. There it is. Okay. So there's the skeleton. Fully flexible. Mouth. Does the mouth move? Moves, right? Hold on. It's fighting me. Pretty sure the mouth moves. Yeah, but it's really tight, and I don't want to mess with that any further. The mouth does move, but that is very, very tight. I got it to move. Knees. So kind of like, whoa, jeez, that didn't bend backwards. That bent sideways. Weird. So kind of, oh, did I already break it? Oh, no. Oh, whew. That is a joint. Okay, in the spine. I thought I broke it already. So I was thinking, like, originally, because you know how when Scorpion would do his toasty fatality, and the skeletons would always, like, look like that, kind of leaning back. I just don't know what I'm going to do with the skeleton, right? Because, like, I have some other ninjas. Motaro doesn't really... I don't know. Maybe I was thinking, like... Okay. Let's see how this looks, right? So... Get rid of the hands. That's really not going in. Okay. Yeah, that is really not going in. What the crap? That is really tough. Okay, that is very tough. I got it in, but if you can see, you can kind of see. It's more obvious to me, but that ball joint is very obvious. None of the other Mortal Kombat figures, Storms, make it that obvious. Usually, like, the hand goes in. That is a very obvious ball in between the wrist and the hand. This is so tough to get on. Okay. So this one too. I just want to make sure, like, are we good? Like, yeah, no, that's like, it's snug, but you're getting an obvious ball joint right there. That's just weird. Like, I'm used to that with other figures, but not with Storm. Let's get the yelling head in. Right. Ah, this is so tight. Did I? Nope. Oh boy, look at. Can you get a good? You can kind of see it. I gotta move the tail so I can. And yes, you can stretch the tail. By the way, rubber actually kind of feels cool. Kind of feels slimy. Like not really, but kind of feels like a snake or something. Yeah, that's a major gap. I can see the neck joint completely. The shadows in this room are, yeah, you can kind of see it there. Sorry, the shadows. I do not have the best lighting, but I gotta say, I'm kind of disappointed. Figure looks great. Obviously, it's big and it's cool, and you know, how many other Motaro figures, if any, were ever made? And we all have memories of this motherfucker kicking our ass, and we hate him. But also, if there's a figure made out of him, we're gonna do it because of nostalgia. But there is so much gap, and the joints are shown so much where it's like, I'm sorry, it gets to a point where I'm like, hey, we were charged over $100 for this retail price, and I don't know, that doesn't seem right. It seems like there should be more. I don't know what the word I'm looking for. Like, not detail, but it just seemed, and I guess my expectation is coming from, and I'm just removing the hands from the skeleton and trying to do more of. Right. Well, I don't know what just happened, but recording stopped by itself, so that's cool. So anyway, I don't want to ramble on too much, but so I was continuously talking for a lot more time, and a lot of it's gone. So I'm just gonna try to summarize what I was saying that I thought was recording and didn't record. So right off the bat, let's get like, look at that. That's terrible. That neck gap is terrible. While I got little abdomen gap, and right now from my angle right here is a major shoulder gap. It's cool that I can have him pose a skeleton. It's cool the skeleton can pose. This should be a really cool figure, and in a lot of ways it is. But this is a cool figure with a lot of glaring flaws, and I'm kind of disappointed. For the money you are paying for this guy, I just expected its figure flaws to kind of be covered better, you know? Or it's just, I feel like we're paying this much for the size and for an unnecessary figure. If you were to get rid of the skeleton, if this guy didn't come with him, I think we'd be cool. If they were to put more time into, granted, I'm pretty sure this is the same skeleton as the Golden Axe skeleton. So, it doesn't really matter. Like, they probably just put some red paint, and I see some black. There's a lot of black, actually. I don't remember. You could see that. There's a lot of, like, char, I guess. It's kind of like char. But, wasn't necessary. I guess it's kind of cool to, like, add to the effect of he's holding a skeleton, and maybe he's presenting it to Shao Kahn or something, but, like, wow, the neck gap is terrible. Shoulder gap and abdomen gap is expected from Storm Collectibles, and I really wish there were different ways of making high quality figures, but whatever. The size of the figure is great. You know, I can't wait to pose him on my shelf with Goro, but I think my Goro looks cooler, honestly. I think Goro looks a lot cooler, and at least with the Goro, I didn't really feel the need to. This is one of those figures where you're gonna have to pose them in a certain pose and definitely on a certain angle on your shelf because it's gonna show glaring figure issues. So it's like you'll know where they are, but it may not look on it in the shelf when random people are looking at it. I had poses in mind for this guy on my shelf, but I think we're gonna have to figure it out and go on a whim here. All right. Well, I know this is going on way too long, so review, score. What am I thinking? I was originally going to give this thing a lot higher review than a score than that I'm now thinking of. Yeah. So, I guess a 7. I guess I feel like I'm being generous, but it's like a 6 at the least, but ultimately I feel like it's fair to give it a 7. The obvious ball joints, the glaring neck, shoulder, abdomen, why? Why? It just makes me go, why? Why weren't these things covered up better? Still a good figure. The accessories are, there. The skeleton's not necessary, but it's kind of cool. And dealing with Mortal Kombat, I mean, you could definitely implement it with other figures, not just Motaro. I might do that. So, yeah, ultimately, I give this figure 7. Kind of a disappointing score for me personally. I was probably gonna give this like at least an 8, around a 9. But I really didn't see from the other reviews all the gigantic gaps. The neck one being the worst, one of them all. Oh, God. Look at... What? I have a feeling this review is going to piss some people off, but that is what it is. I mean, that bothers me. If that doesn't bother you, then you're going to love this figure. But if these glaring gaps in your figure bother you, yeah, Motaro's a disappointment in that regards. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching.